have a big alert. They are saying that the big one is coming. Even the German governments are telling you to start stockpiling food. Oh, and a whole lot of water to put out these fires that happen on the daily. But CEOs, because I know a lot of you are like, Bravo, that's Germany, man. What about America? All of the CEOs are telling you it's going to get very bad. Look at this. That is the sign of very bad. In this video, I'm giving you 12. I don't have 12 fingers from the experts, from the CEOs of dire warnings. And just for those of you that are like, oh, you know what? Those puffy jackets you're wearing, Bravo? Yeah. See? They even work for billionaires. And look at the guns on that guy back there. Not this guy, that guy. Look at that. Looks like Jeffrey's been juicing Pop the confetti. Unless, I'm talking like kale, asparagus. Don't ever try to juice asparagus. But even like Jim Rickards is telling you, unstoppable crash worse than 2008 is coming. And I say, well, we've just started it. And if you're like, oh, come on, Bravo, really? Rickards is like a broken clock. It's correct twice a day. Well, he's like my clock. Mine's digital and it's pure fire all day. So if you like fire and bad news, you've come to the right place. So if you could help out me, because the algorithms won't. They hate me. Just FYI, you'll see subscriber. I could get 70,000 views on a video. Subscriber growth, 1. Because YouTube would not like me. Kind of like they didn't like Greg Hunter too. They're like, poof, you're gone. You like being a watchdog? Well, you could go watch a dog somewhere else. It ain't gonna happen. So it's maybe because of the things that I uncover on this channel that they don't like. Something about the elites. I could see that. And technology elites. They don't like me either. Basically, no one likes me. But that's okay. I got one today. Unstoppable crash worse than 2008 coming. Jim Rickards. Love that guy. I mean, you're right. He gives you the worst it's possibly going to be, and then sells a book while he's telling you about it. But I really like what he has to say. And I could basically just summarize the whole article in this one very long paragraph. It's more than one paragraph. Just work with me here. In a nutshell, broken supply chains, check, have already caused big inflation. Yep. Supply and demand. I mean, yes, Stimmy's had a part of it. You saw what just happened in California. You give people Stimmies, they're like, oh my gosh, look at your GDP. It's unbelievably amazing. We should do that. On top of the perfect storm, inflation, prolonged supply problems, China's not going to stop. They're still doing the lockdown. Someone gets a cold, everyone locks down. We can't get the chips, and we go over war over chips, all those kind of things, and don't say that W word. Have the recent meltdown of FTX cryptocurrency exchange. Yep, that's a meltdown, which I told you it would. I just didn't know what shoe was going to fall. And I tell you in the charts, just like the Bitcoin, ta-da, right? I said this is going to break, and ta-da, it does. This is on the 4-hour. Did I not predict this? Hey, I just rubbed my two crystal balls together and guess I win some money. And also, if you want to come along this journey, my bear market course, today is it. That's it. My last video for today, or for the whole thing. Oh, this is what you do. $200. That's it. It's gone. Poof, gone. Right here. That's your measured. So I said it's gonna break, and it broke, and we head lower, which actually put this in the course along with my Apple trade, my Tesla trade, all of my trades, and they all broke with 100% accuracy. Wow. And if for some reason you click on the course and it doesn't say 200, well, and it says 1,000, because it's gone. $200 was stupid. If FTX never existed, I would say we are starting at a worse financial crisis than 2008. And I say the way the Fed is holding us under the water, the longer you hold, the longer this is going to be. It's going to be exponential. Throw FTX on top of that, and it's like throwing gasoline on a fire. Yes, I love the fire. It will accelerate the fire. Let's use that word twice. So we're probably going to have problems anyway, but the FTX implosion just made it a whole lot worser. And then Rickard goes on to say the Fed is going to keep raising rates. That's up there. Don't look down there. Definitely don't look down there. There's nothing down there, because that is what it keeps telling the people that it's going to do, the public, you and I say, well, the bond market tells the Fed what it's going to do or what it's not going to do, and I see a double bottom, but I could be wrong because I've been wrong more than once in my life. Why does Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway have 130 billion in cash? Because that brother is going to buy the dip. But on my channel, I teach you how to trade every day. Like, why not take advantage of every single day? Why wait? Everyone's like, I'll just wait to the bottom. You don't know when the bottom is. I mean, let's do this, old subscriber. Put your money where your mouth is. That was a head and shoulders pattern that played out right here. That was my price target. Look, right where that double bottom is. You could have made money all the way down. I didn't. Sorry, I lost money because I'm an idiot. Here, that clearly looks like a double bottom to me after a head and shoulders just played out in the bond market, which is way bigger than the stock market, probably at least 4 times bigger. And then you couple in all of the world in the bond market with their bond market. It's a debt-based system. And then you throw on derivatives. Here, put your money where your mouth is. My buddy Greg just did and put it right there, right in that Lux Algo zone, made $10,000, so I got a free lunch. But half of the lunch was comped because the food sucked, so I guess a win-win for him. Oh, and hey, look, my indicators that pop up that if you have it in the course. Look, you want some more confirmation? But here's what I would like to see. I want to see that up there turn into a head and shoulders. See here, I'll make it, see this? That's your left shoulder. That'd be your head. That'd be your right shoulder. Get up, go ahead, break neckline, break down. Good. All right. Then we could finally, because we haven't pivoted yet, you got to get that orange line and that blue line to cross. That's when you know the Fed, it's over. Like they're done, okay? You can go back and go buy the markets, which you're still probably going to get wrecked because you're still not trading the charts, trading fundamentals. The Fed pivot, let's get in. Yeah, well, every time the Fed pivots, you still lose 58%, 35%, 15%, 20%, 48%. So don't, come on. Stop looking at fundamentals and start looking at the charts. If the charts say click button, click button. That's how it is. So sorry about the stock market today. Woo! NASDAQ down. S&P. Aren't we like, what all the CTAs? They're supposed to be buying right now. Billions a day. Where's all the buys coming in? What are we? We in December yet? This is it. Santa Claus broke his, come on, Rudolph. Sorry, I caught my brain. I tell stories and I go halfway. Okay, Santa's sleigh is broken. Okay, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, you got to fix this. Was that alcoholism? Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Ken Griffin are sounding what? The alarm. U.S. recession. Here are 12 dire economic warning from the elites. Look at that. I mean, when Jeff is laying off, right? This is Christmas. Sorry, we're in Christmas and they're laying off workers. FedEx laying off workers. This is like the busiest time of the world, right? UPS, I think they're laying off work. Everyone's laying off workers. They're all telling you it's bad. And this is the best time. Pop the confetti. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder and CEO. The economy does not look great right now. Yep, you could be 3, and I could tell you that. Things are slowing down. You're seeing layoffs. There'll be 2. You're fired too. The probabilities say if we're not in a recession right now, we're likely to be in one very soon. Take as much risk off the table as you can. And when you hear the word risk on or risk off, risk on would be stock market. Risk off would be like the dollar. You could trade that. That would be UUP. Or the bond market. Did I mention maybe could be the bottom if you guys like scooping things up at the bottom? Elon Musk, there's probably going to be a year or 2 of a serious recession. So for those of you that are fanboy of Elon, well, he's telling you 1 to 2 years, it's going to get bad. Ken Griffin, CEO, Citadel. For the Fed truly to conquer inflation here, we're going to put unemployment in the -4% range. I find it hard to believe that we're not going to have a recession at that point in time, sometime in the middle to back half of 2023. And the list goes on. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, a little recession. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, a little. Carl, whether you have higher interest rates that have moved as they have here, you have an inverted yield curve. I'll go back to 1999. You want to see an inverted yield curve? It's that one over there. See the red line? See, that's the bond market. That's yields. It's the lines going like that, right? It's bass backwards. But, and this is your risky stock market. This is your beauty pageant. What's going to happen? If I press animate and play, your stock market goes down there, and then the yield goes back to normal, where you're short on one end, you're long on the other. And then what happens? It gets out of control again. Oh my goodness. And then what happens to the stock market? That's 08. You want to see? It all comes down. Every fracking time we do it again here, it inverts and stock market crashes. You see, I could keep going. Trust me, it did. And then as you see, it flattens, and then we can come up to here. This is where we are at currently today. We've barely even, I mean, the markets, let me animate. Hold on. Animate. Make it to the end. Okay, are we there? Are we there yet, Mom? I just don't want it to flip over back to 99. But we're inverted. The one end, it's all a complete disaster. So if you think that blue line that's coming down there looks bad, you think that one was bad, it's probably going to look like that one. And the longer that the Fed limits the money supply, that's what's happening. Because bonds are money. The stock market, everything's money. Debt is money. It's a debt-based system. I know, you guys, yes, gold and silver is money, but in the jail cell we are living in, they have chosen debt as money. In jail, it would be cigarettes. You try to give someone like, hey, so I got a bar of gold. What will that buy me? You guys, since December of last year, I'm like, inverted yield curve. That's it. If you're looking to put your house on the market, get ready. Your risk assets, get ready. Learn to click sell, make money on the way down. We've all been preparing. You have a job? Well, you probably won't have one. I mean, it's just, it does take time. Yes, everything. It's dominoes, right? To finally get to the last one, it takes time. China, same thing. Fed tightens, all the central banks tighten. China withdraws cash from banking system as bond sell-off. Again, it's a bond thing, it's a cash thing, and it just goes back and forth until everything resets. And then for the last 9 months, I'm like, okay, while everything's resetting, you don't want really the big reset. That one's not going to be a pretty one. If you thought you like freedom and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, no, you leave it to the elites. They got that one covered. And I said, it all takes time, but when it all plays out, it's not going to be pretty for the entire world. Germany. Here we go. We have the German official. When do officials start recommending panic? Recommend stockpiling several crates of water and canned food. I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe rewind the tape, all of the things that I've predicted this year. 2023 will be a time for you to buckle down the hatches. Maybe it'll give you time to learn how to make money rather than like going in and clocking out. Just thought, if you still even have a clock to clock in. Disney to cut costs, freeze hirings after earnings disappoint. Oh, but you guys got a new CEO, so stock pumped a little bit. So Bob is back at Disney. That cat needs a little fire icon, the screen like I got. So it's right every single day of the week. Make sure it's the day. That's it. My course goes up. So today, tomorrow it's gone. Poof, it's gone. And I guess I'm gone too. I'll see you tomorrow.